Okay, I'm going to keep holding my little microphone because I have no idea how the quality is going to turn out. And so I really hope that it's good. Please forgive the audio if it is not. Okay, so kind of a big topic coming at you today. It is feeling important, again, that I share this. I will have a video coming up, again, talking about our why. But for this video topic, I want to discuss with you today homeschool and doing more with less. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 8th year of homeschooling, so I am by no means an expert, but I do have the luxury of experience kind of in my pocket. So with that, I feel like it is important. I like to come here and I like to share because, one, I enjoy contributing to and growing the homeschool community, especially the secular homeschool community. But when I started this way back in 2020, it was because when I started homeschooling, there was no one who sounded like me. There was nobody who took the approaches that I took. It felt very complicated, to be 100% honest with you. And what I want to do today is remind you that we can keep it simple. Okay? So before we go any further, let's do that video thumbnail. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. So today, I feel called to share with you this video about doing more with less, because we tend to think that more is better. We tend to think that we are not doing enough. And I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to challenge you. I am going to toe the line and say, if you are worried that you're not doing enough, it is quite possible that you're doing too much. I know, that's a big, hard truth to come at you, but it is not wrong. As homeschool parents, we tend to want to overcompensate for the fact that we are homeschool parents and not teachers. Some of you out there are teachers, you have a teacher background, but in an effort to prove ourselves, in an effort to ensure that our children are getting what they need, getting enough of what they need, we tend, and I am 100% guilty, so I'm right there with you, we tend to overdo it. We make it harder than it has to be. We overcomplicate, we overschedule for sure. And as a result, we are setting ourselves up to actually get less out of what we're doing. So if you can do 5 subjects and spend a reasonable amount of time on them, say per semester, even per year, but enjoy them more or spend a little bit more time doing them, you're going to be better served than if you are doing 15 subjects at a time. It is now scientifically proven that multitasking and task switching robs you of time, effectiveness, and performance. If I can find a link to a study, I will put it down below. But it is now scientifically proven that that is not the ideal way for people to be working or for people to be learning. So if we can do ourselves a favor and quit overcommitting, overcomplicating, and overscheduling, we will start seeing those benefits. And again, I have to remind myself of this all of the time. The results are that we are stressing ourselves out. We are burning ourselves and our kids out. And what happens is we start comparing. Comparison is the thief of joy, and that is especially true when it comes to homeschool. And it is hard enough trying not to compare yourself to the school down the street, let alone comparing yourself to other homeschoolers. When you are overcomplicating, when you are overscheduling, one, everyone is so much more prone to burnout, but also you're just not going to get the results out of it that you hope that you are by task switching and multitasking and not giving yourselves the freedom and the flexibility to truly enjoy what you're learning. And nobody's enjoying what you're learning if you're constantly focused on the next task. That's just the way it works. So if you allow yourself that freedom and that flexibility, everyone is going to get more out of it if they are enjoying what they're learning. So how can we do this, Shauna? How can we do more with less? One, I'm going to ask you to simplify your curriculum. So if you do have your kids doing multiple histories or multiple sciences or multiple maths or things like that, I'm going to ask you to maybe pump the brakes. Ask yourself if what you are doing is truly best serving you. And this is a great time of year to do this because we're at the halfway mark. Most everyone takes a little bit of a break around Christmas before starting up again in January. So if you are taking that break, it is a really good time for evaluation to say, are we doing our best job now? Is what we're using best serving us? Could we all have a much better time in this homeschool life, this more together life, if we slow down, maybe do a little less, and make sure that what we are doing is best serving us? So first, simplify the curriculum. Number two, avoid the comparison trap. It's hard. I know it's hard, guys, but your kids are right where your kids need to be. Your homeschool is doing what your homeschool needs to do. So don't fall into the trap of, oh, this other person is using this thing, or this other person's kid is doing all 5 languages, or it's not for you. And that's okay. It is not for you. Not everything that comes your way, not everything you learn about, not everything you hear about is for you. I really need you to say, wow, when you start feeling that rush, that pressure of not doing enough, or that pressure or need of doing something else. And again, I 100% guilty, have been doing this a lot lately. I have to ask myself, is that the life I want? It's oftentimes not. So why would I do that? No, if it's not the life I want, that's not what I want to do. And I want to remind you to embrace flexibility, especially as we are in this holiday season. It is so important to remember that you can be flexible. Right now, we're hitting a very busy season of life. My oldest has a lot of things going on that require me to drive just a lot. We have a lot of schedules that are changing day by day right now. And for us, for the way that I'm staying on track with our homeschool is that we are doing the absolute bare minimum. So we're not doing nothing, but we're doing math and we're doing language arts. And that's what's happening right now. And it's good enough. And do you know why it's good enough? Because one, we are staying the course with those things that do need a little bit more consistent practice. We are staying the course with staying in some of that schooling habit, even if our days are looking a little different right now. They're continuing to learn, which is really important to me. But the other stuff is going to be there when we get back, okay? It will be there. I can pick up the other workbooks after our lives calm down a little, and it's going to be okay. So we're staying on track, but we're not feeling bogged down by it. Do you know why? If I tried to do everything that we normally do right now in this particular season of life that my family happens to be in, we would be miserable. My kids wouldn't get their free time, which I honestly think is just as valuable as anything else they have going on in life. It is important to me that they're able to sleep in right now because they're staying up later. It is important to me that they're able to do things that are fun just for themselves and just for their sisterly bond. It is also the season when there are more parties and more fun things to do and more lights to look at and more reasons to stay out late, more reasons to just have fun. So I am not willing to sacrifice all of the joys of this season just to make sure I'm checking the boxes that would be there in January anyway. So keep it flexible. Right now, we are allowing ourselves, our family, our children to just experience more joy, more fun, more lights, more family time, more playtime, all of those things. They're getting wonderful experiences right now and pursuing amazing opportunities. They are able to do more because we are choosing to do less. So I want you, honestly, to sit with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Do your kids need to be doing everything they're doing? Do you guys even want to be doing everything you're doing? In this day and age of constant overscheduling, we cannot continue to expect the same amount of output from our school if we're not willing to kind of allow some things to sit for a minute. Okay, so increase your flexibility, embrace your freedom, try to do more with less, just up the quality. Okay, it's not about quantity when it comes to your kids' learning. It truly is about the quality. So maybe they don't need to do Spanish and Mandarin and French all at the same time. Maybe not. Maybe French picks up next year, and that's okay. So I just wanted to come here, especially in this season, in this busy season, when I myself am feeling it and I myself need the reminders that it is okay to stick with the basic plan. It is okay to just do the 2 or 3 things that truly matter. And it is okay to prioritize and focus on other things. This isn't forever. It is only for a season. And that is okay. Right now, this is what we need. Right now, this is what our family needs. Right now, this is what our learners need. And again, we are embracing every bit of it. And we're happier for it because we aren't trying to check every single box. The pages will be there later. We'll be fine. Okay? Now, remind me of this in May when I feel like I'm scrambling because we're not where we should be, which is probably going to be coming up really soon or right before this in my mid-year update because, well, we're just frankly not where we should be. But it's okay. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. And if you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Bye, guys.